All right. Yeah, everyone, you are welcome to E4CFX mentorship. And I believe you guys are actually in the right place at the right time. And to kick off immediately, I'll be introducing to you SIT series. This is what we call a sub-institutional trading. Remember, this live section I'm doing here is going to YouTube on my first YouTube post, which I'm going to be revealing what SIT really is. So please likely cooperate and try to flow with me because this is going viral. Please, guys, stay tuned and then let's observe this guy. What is SIT submission trading? This is actually an institutional way of trading. This is spotting out all the whole strategy we all know in the forex industry and compiling them to actually make up profitable. Most of the times we don't do it. I'm gonna be forced to make some. All right. All right, I think I'm back. So I just muted everybody, so we can actually cooperate and learn. Let's kick this off together, guys. So this is what I call sub-institutional trading. And on this sub-institutional trading, compiling all the strategy, and then making it, useful for us as a trader. Most of the times, we tend to actually trade with fear, with use of emotions. But this time around, we're going to teach you how this works for me. It will really work fine because I will tell you, and I'm proud of myself because I am the founder of sub-institutional trading. And what you can see here is not just an ordinary concept, which you know before, because we're going to be toiling you down to what the psychology and formation of candlesticks and its patterns. And then we'll also move to the serious part of it, which is what the trend line formation, which everybody use as price action. And then we'll go down to managing your risks based on the SMC concept, which is smart money making concept. And then we're going to move to the retail concept, which is actually applying your resistance and level, and then the support level to actually give you this good confidence which we're looking for. We in the chat, you see there are lots of demonstration which I stated, and I'm not trying to convince anyone to actually leave their strategy, but let's look into this and see the performance this has done for various weeks. And I'll probably tell you, I send this all to see most of the groups I joined. So let me quickly share my entire screen. All right. So I don't know, you guys can actually see my entire screen, right? Please indicate if you can see my entire screen.
Yes, we can.
All right. So quickly, what I'll do is I'm going to go to my review on weekly stuff. So this is what, and everything done here was actually sent to the group. Observing this, let's say this is a month of what? This is a month of June. Let me say, let's start from the month of June. What you can see, month of June, all these were sent to the group. So everything stated here was sent to my Discord group. Last week, we caught some nice trades which ran on profit and took out on break even still catch on what this pair. And look at it very well. The thing there is about patience. Sometimes we gotta know where the direction of the trade or of the price is going to, and then stick to it. But the specific thing is having an entry for that move, and that's what some people lack. And look at it here. I stated this in the group, and then we held this guy, even though he came to our entry. Sometimes where the price is going. You can pick 1, 2, 3 entry. That is when you have your edge. You understand? So this is the one we caught for last week on June. So we did a summation on July. We got this one first week on the same thing in AUD. We keep catching trades and everything we were detailed, we recorded. All right. Okay, so this is exactly everything stated in the group. Most of the times, what you see is this pair left us untriggered and came back to what triggered us and then eat our TIFI. You see some price, the movement of this price actually awkward because it's not actually coming back to fill any other block. But how do I pick this entry? This is what I'm going to be showing you guys in just a bit because you are actually yet to learn. And you see, most of the times, these are what we see. And the chart, lately, I discovered that SMC has been ruling most of our psychology because of the way the sub-institutional created the what, because they're actually the big players in the market. And if you look at it very well, most of the time, they eat your SL, they go back to your other block and then could not fill you in. Maybe they'll come to your other block, didn't fill you in, create inducement, and then spike up, or they hit you up on SL. So this is the reason why we need to find all these things and then correct ourselves. All right. There was a particular day where I had 0 losses because I was mindful and I picked most of the times. I also worked, with this supply to demand flip, which really worked. And in the higher time frame, guys, it worked. And that was on September. So September, I did a live streaming live on Instagram on this PA. People were asking, were you not stopped out? I actually wasn't stopped out because this trade was actually a perfect trade and I did my over refined entry. So most of the time you can have a refined entry and then still hit. You are what? You are actually out of the market. It depends. So that's how we're going to work on this in order for us to have a refined entry and still not be out of the game. You understand? Because this is not about you stacking up. It's not about you stacking up more trades. It's about you actually doing what? It's about you knowing how much you are risking per trade. Knowing how much you're risking per trade. In this also, we have 3 SS and then we have massive profit all sent to the group. No jokes, no jokes. Recently also we caught this guy. And the thing there is, this was actually the major trade I focused on. And I didn't give up on this trade because I know this trade was going down. The only thing is I don't want to keep people keep waiting. That's why I set an easy TP to take out this what liquidity. Yeah, I marked it as a zone because people will be looking at that zone as what demand level, which they were stopped out. Just know the direction of where the market is. And that's what we're going to be showing you guys. You can see this price actually run into about 1:1 something came back, created and what? A zone. So we caught 2 entries and then we caught these 2 guys, all sent to the group, And which pair was this? Actually, AUD and ZD, all sent to the group. I don't want to keep going, but I just want to show us. And yeah, I did this UTAD symmetric formation for everyone to actually understand what this actually means. And that's what, when I picked this went to my OTE. If you are in retail concept, you understand what OTE level looks like. And if you are in the SMC line, you understand what demand zone looks like also. And if you're in ICT, you understand what sell side liquidity also looks like. And then we all compile this stuff and then we cut this nice profit, even though it took time. So why are you in a haste? Why are you in a haste? Because most of the people don't understand the game of being patient while trading. People nowadays trade daytime traders. You just keep trading daily and then you are stopped out and then you keep eating more SL than you can get a bigger win. You understand? This is what we're going to avoid. And I also said I'm going to keep this as a record because I was stopped out with this guy even when I use my breaker OB, because I learned from using breaker OB because there are sometimes price will want to fail your zone and then go back to a breaker OB and then react and start going up. I keep that as my record. And that time we picked 3 SL and we had about 2 wins. And the last but not the least was on September, last month, 30th of September. You can see this trade, and this is what I'm going to be focusing right now today. As we took on USD card buys and USD card sales. I'm going to show you the reason why I picked this trade. Now, quickly, also, we add GBP AUD sell, we call 15RR, and I'm going to also show you how I did this stuff. And you can see lots of people sharing the testimony that this really worked. It is actually impressive. But the thing there is, how many people are ready to realize this and work with it? Because lots of people are not patient. Now you can see the market has been slow for a very long time. We did our research and we discovered that lots of traders have gone to the game and the knowledge of what trading profit. And you can see what happened to MFF, because I was trading lots of people's account on MFF, and then what we see is boom, that MFF, I had to even help some people, to actually stay really from that stress. It was so painful. It was so painful. But this time around, why are we always not looking at the long term? We're always looking at the short term. It's because we always want to win. We always want to win. And I went down and I strolled, and yeah, I really finalized it, because I discovered that losing is part of the game. But what did I do after that? I made sure I minimize my loss to at least where it won't affect my psychology. And I stay patient and get the market. That is one thing you need to understand. Let's go to the chart. But before I do that, let me show you. So you take note of that. First of all, on the signal update, yes, this is the signal update. This is let's start from this place, because this September, this was the first signal I dropped in the group. Yeah, I dropped, because most of the people rely on signal, and it is good, because what you need is just the right mentor. Then you can make your money and plan a long time. Like I said, the long time is you making money from your funded accounts, and then you determining to be a forex trader by trading your life account, because that is where you make money. And let me tell you, you have to take forex as a business, not as something you just come there and then win a lot. No, you might get it today, but you might not get it tomorrow. And in sub-institutional trading, we update every time. You know how iPhone looks like and why people always want to die for iPhone. You understand what it means when they get a new upgrade, they post and they tell you this one is better than this one. That is the way this sub-institutional trading looks like, because once the market start discovering that we are beating it down, then we want to keep doing their manipulative stuff. But we are going to stay in the game and last in the game, because we actually know where to hit them hard. You understand? So that is the priority, and that is the thing we need to take note of. Look at this guy, GBP JPY. On this GBP JPY, after the whole analysis, look at what happened. He later hit SL, and trust me, this guy went to my direction. That was the first signal I sent to the group. After that, I shared the reasons why I did this, but I was still looking at this zone, because I know if this zone fails, based on the accumulation of liquidity right here, if this zone fails, I'm going to be waiting for this in this same demand level. And guess what he did? I'm going to show you guys. And this is USD card. This is a simultaneous analysis, like an analysis where you catch 2-3 trades in a go. And trust me, you can be buying a pair and another person is selling a pair, and you guys are both winning. It just depends on the time region. You understand? So this is USD card, and USD card actually displayed well. We're going to look at this guy, but there is something that happened, because I stated something. I stated that if this guy goes this way, you understand, comes down, takes us in this 30 minutes POI, goes up, taps us in the demands flip zone, and then comes down to hit RTP. But guess what he did? He went ahead, he took us out. I won't show you, so you can stay tuned and then observe what we're talking about, right? And after sharing all this for the week, that is 2 trades, two analyses on 2 pairs. And then I sent GBP AUD. This GBP AUD, I sent a normal setup, which everyone want to send on the higher time frame after I discover. But guess what? I did a lot of analysis on this guy before I send this as a chart. You understand? So I sent this guy and I said that this is our price reaction zone. In case you always see me send PRZ, price reaction zone, it means price is meant to react in that zone before it start dropping down. And I have my reasons for also marking my price reaction zone. Not every angle you see you mark as price reaction zone. After that, I then went to what you can see the time, GBP sell limit, refined OB. Refined OB, if you look at it very well, you understand that this refined OB, we refined that higher time frame signal I sent, and then what did they display? What was the display? So that is another thing that is about three pairs, more than three signals, right? So also we had GBP USD. This was actually what I was showing a particular student on GBP USD, that I don't want to sell this guy at this point. I want to wait for this guy to hit this point and then drop down, because I know he's going to be dropping down once it gets to this point. And guess what? We're going to look at that also. That was the last trade we that cut our entry, but we aren't going to hold that. So I send this last signal, which I know very clearly that if this guy will just come to this zone, is going to drop down. But guess what? Sometimes you might be wrong, because the bias of the market is trying to tell us something, and we're going to be checking all those that. So I had about 4 pairs that I sent to the group, and then I did not actually send any other signals apart from these 4 pairs. So what later happened, let's go to the chat, guys. I'm not going to be taking more of our time. I'm not going to be taking much of the time. So this is what, let's quickly look at this guy. This is GBP AUD I sent to the group. Now, what was the confluence? You can see it came, reacted once, and drop. If you are impatient, because most of the people in my group, they were asking me, what's up? Do I close this trade? And I gave them the rule that once you are on 1:3 RR, you can break even. But if you know 1:3 RR, please don't break even. You understand? Don't break even. And look at this guy. We are still on 1:2 RR. We're not even in 1:3 RR. We are almost close, but we are not 1:3 RR. So you shouldn't break even at that moment. And when the price retraced, well, like you see it, then it went to our TP. Immediately, why did I actually set this TP? When it gets to this place, you can look at the price very clearly. 1 is to what? You can see it's there about TP of what? TP of 1.88598, right? 1.88598. Let's look at that on this chart. On the chart on GBP AUD, you can see clearly GBP AUD. I have the short 1.8598, right? I also have the refined OB. The refined OB as the same thing as 1.889, blah, 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 blah. So guys, that's just what it looks like, 1.88598. And this is very, very important. You understand? So why did I take that as my TP also? Because the point there is not about seeing profit on your MT4. What you actually haven't taken out cannot be yours. So if profit is given to you by forex market and you have not exited the market, then the money is still for what? The forex. The money is still there for the people. You understand me? So this is where we got this guy. And then if you look at it very well, you see it's still the same price, the TP level where it hits, and then we took this nice trade. Now I'll be breaking this down. And this is 1:2 about 9 RR, or that's 8.857. And the same thing to the higher time frame unrefined OB. So I'll be going down to 4 hours time frame quickly. Let's look at what we did quickly. All right. I did something like this, and you can see the bias of the market has been pulling down for a very long time. If you look at it very well, so some people want to pick their order block from here, while some others from here. But what is the right thing? There are some times we have a premium zone, and there are some times you don't need price to get to the premium zone, as far as you know the bias of the market, right? And if you look at it very well, you understand that price don't respect you, in particular, that is, the price doesn't recognize you in the market, because it's just like an ocean. You understand? It's just like an ocean. Just take a look at this. Look at it very well. If you can see anything inspiring, let me know, because some people want to take this guy as their order block, right? And price reacted there and came to my price reaction zone and took those people out. So that is very fantastic. You understand? That is very fantastic. This is what we always look up to in the market. And rightly, and we caught this guy, but quickly, we actually don't have much time. I don't want any call right now. So another one is USD card. USD card. Let's look at this quickly. USD card has a lot, to show me. You understand? So that's why you're gonna see all these. When you see all this, you understand that there is someone actually working behind, right? So this USD card. Let me go quickly to the chat on the Discord. If you look at it very well, you will see this is USD card that I sent to the group. And if you look at this, I picked this area as my demand to supply flip. And why did I pick that? Why do I need price to come here before we have down? And that's what I'm going to be showing you on this chart. Look at this very well. Let me go. This is a 4 hours time frame, right? And on this 4 hours time frame, what you can see in specific, you can see that price actually created this demand level, and at this demand level, the price came back after the spike. Price came back to fill volume. There is difference between filling the volume of a candlestick and then filling imbalance. So price created a volume here, filled it, created another one, filled it, had a breakoff structure at this level, and then price left us with what? An inducement right here. The inducement right there is what an inducement means. An inducement leaves you with another block right on the zone, and we're going to spot that other block, right? So I was expecting price actually, let me go to 2 hours. I was expecting price actually to do this. I was expecting that price comes to this level, drop down before what? Going up and triggering me then and start coming downwards. But likely the bias of the market is tending to what? Change reaction from here. You understand? It's trying to what? Give us a change of reaction from there. And yes, price did the first break of structure, came here, did the second break of structure, which is what? Which is signifying that this price is likely moving upward. You can't dictate what the market wants to do at a particular time. You only need to be updating yourself, watching the chart, and knowing where to actually, stay safe. And what we did was price came, fill my demand to supply flip. If you look at it, you will see there's a demand here, rightly. There's a demand here that took away a sell side, grabbed the liquidity at this our left-hand side. And then what happened was that he reacted and break it out, leaving us with a demand flip here. And what happened? The price came there to take out this inducement. Immediately marked out this our 30 minutes order block. Let's look at that. Let's look at that quickly. 30 minutes POI. You see very clearly price came to mitigate this 30 minutes POI, and it was clearly marked up. So I will have to what? Do this. All right. You can see that is actually the psychology and formation of candlestick in the right angle. You can see this is called an indecision candle. An indecision candle is clearly stated in a lower time in a demand level that when it is formed, it actually what makes a reversal of what the trend, and that is what it did. There was an indecision candle. Price touched the what? Price took away this FVG here, tapped into the what? Tap into what this indecision can do, and see what the price did. Straight ahead, price just tapped into that indecision can do, and then went up. And this was a good catch. This was a good catch. About 1:10 RR. Easy catch. So quickly, let's look at the same at the next pair before I allow questions. I'll look at the next pair, right? Let me move to the next one. All right, what's the next pair? Okay, this one, how we took SL on this guy. Let's look at that one. Which other one we actually took losses, because most of the people, they don't actually look at their losses. So let's look at these also. Look at GBP USD. GBP USD. All right, this is GBP USD, and I'm going to 2 hours time frame. The same thing happened here, and I'm looking to long this guy downwards. we're already in this trade and we're expecting that this trade goes downwards. Price just came there, tapped into this area and start dropping down. Just watch with me and see how this pair is going to move downward. Because right now it is also showing us because most of the time we don't only gain our confidence by just picking out trades only. We actually go down to what checking fundamentals. And that's what I do, because I drop my fundamental updates on my YouTube channel also, for how we can actually look at what the week is actually, telling us. And if you look at these, price, I was expecting price to, when price gets to this supply zone, it should just react and start coming down, but price keep failing this supply zone, tending that price reacted a little again and start going upward. That means USD is actually gaining strength all through this next week. That's exactly what it's going to look like. And for my GBP JPY, my GBP JPY, all right, this pair actually took loss on this pair, but I had to monitor this trade more because I actually want to know why I took my losses. And remember, I told you that price isn't supposed to take out this demand zone before going up. And price didn't take that demand zone. It just came to mitigate another block here. It might be in the 1 minute, it might be in the 2 minute, I don't know. But price went there after this accumulation. Price now dropped upward, as in moving upward. So most of the time, looking at the chart is weird. But one thing you need to learn is that once you know that this is your business, no matter the challenges, no matter the effort, people trying to pull your emotions down, because Forex is planned and regulated to take money away from you. But no matter what, since you have devoted your time to actually get this right, then you're going to put all your effort to make sure you learn it. Get the right people, get the right men, follow the right people, and then you see yourself speculating upward, not just assumption. You will see yourself doing the right thing. Lastly, what pair again? I took loss on this AUD JPY, and I told you guys the reason why I took loss on this guy. And I was actually analyzing this with my crew and my desk traders, and I told them that this guy is supposed to just come to this area and drop down before moving upward. So I am still looking at this guy. But one thing this guy has done, it has already mitigated this OB. And if you look at the trend of the market, it's pushing upward. Then price want to take this guy away. So it was a wrong decision trying to sell from a high supply area. So quickly, let's have some questions. But before that, I want to tell you, this is E4C FX mentorship, and you understand we are kicking off next week. And I am actually different in the game, because it is easy to come and tell you this. Lots of people there wants to learn this that I actually have learned, and I have a book written already on this guy. So to ease our stuff, we're still working on this. We're waiting for our credentials. First of all, we're waiting for registration so it could go global. It can reach to you. If you order it online, then we can just send it to you no matter the country you are. So this is what we're going to be talking about. But if you look at the concept here, you see that it's different, right? You can see psychology of candle formation and all of that. You can see convolution, Wyckoff evolution, price circle, price action, and every other thing. Please also make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, E4CFS Global, and I'll be sending another link for us to question and answer. That's the link I'm going to be sending. I want to also appreciate most of my mentors, King Sales FX, Mahad FX, Smart Money Mo, Diamond Capital. I also want to appreciate Chris FS, and also most of my I don't know his name, but I have lots of mentors. But I want to accredit everyone for your efforts, actually making me come out here to actually take this as the public, guys. Their life actually has ended.